Hello everyone, this is Eagle Owl. I'm going to do a video discussing my favorite SARM. This is the one that I've decided that works best for me and one that I'm going to consider a basic staple that I am going to use uh, throughout the year. It's LGD 4033. Um, if you're watching this video, then you probably know something about SARMs, so I'm not going to go through an entire history of SARM. Um, this is 2019, and when I first heard about SARMs was this year, 2019. It was probably around April of this year, March or April. Um, and altogether, I've probably tried maybe 5 different ones. Uh, a couple of the 5 weren't technically a SARM, but they are sold in the same places you buy SARMs, and they're all classified as basically research supplements. On the LGD 4033, like if you talk to a lot of the experts or a lot of people who have done different SARMs, usually the 2 SARMs that will keep popping up most often when you say, what is the strongest SARM you can get for if your main focus is like lean muscle growth. Most people will either tell you RAD 140 or LGD 4033. And so it's like the, Budweiser versus Miller or whatever. It's like some people swear by one and some people swear by the other. But the point I'm trying to make is the LGD 4033 is right, it's at the top. So whether you want to argue that another SARM is, equal to it or one's 1% better than the other, bottom line is if you use LGD 4033, it's right at the top as far as its potency, how effective it is in helping you gain lean muscle. The cool thing about it is not only does it helps you be able to push more, helps your muscles recover quicker, the healing process, the resting process. If you're dieting right and you're going to the gym with like serious dedication and not just playing around, if you're going to the gym and actually pushing hard, like close to your limit, from all the research I've done and the different people that I've listened to, an adult male in good shape, a 2 or 3 month cycle on LGD, a common amount of muscle to add of just pure lean muscle without putting on any fat is about 5 to 10 pounds. It's basically right in the 5 to 10 pound range. Now that we're talking averages, so every individual is different. You might get a guy who's 6'3" and 250. He might go on it. Maybe he'll add 20 pounds of lean muscle. Some skinny guy who's 140 and not prone to lifting in the past, he might only add 6 pounds of muscle. But the point I'm trying to make is I've watched a lot of people talk about this SARM, and the common range I'm hearing is 5 to 10 pounds of lean muscle in about a 2 to 3 month period on this, with good dieting and training intensely with dedication. And so that's the SARM that I'm currently, that's my favorite, and right now that is actually the only one that I'm on after a little bit of trial and error this whole year. The company I just went to, everybody was doing their Black Friday deals, and they had this special where if you buy any 2 bottles of anything, you got a Cardarine bottle free. Cardarine is GW 501516. Just to save you the trouble of a long explanation, just look it up. But it helps with metabolism and reducing your fat, when you're trying to put on lean muscle. So it basically helps you in a body comp. So since that was offered free and I have tried that once before, I'm taking that now too. So basically, I'm only on two different ones: the LGD 4033 and the GW 501-516. And I will probably continue with that one also. But I wanted this video to be a focus on my personal favorite SARM for packing on the most amount of lean muscle. I can attest that from my personal experience that it in fact does work. I feel more size in all my muscles. I feel more strength. I'm pushing more weights in the gym than I was a year ago or 2 years ago. And I turned 49 this month, and probably you could make the argument that I have passed my absolute peak. You know, an adult male has an area where they peak, where you get stronger, 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 and then if you get so old, you're pretty much at the limit of how strong that you're going to get, and then from that point on, it levels off, and then after so many years, it's slightly less and slightly less as you get into your like senior years. But I had been past my prime for a long time, and I wanted something that could allow me to see more progression again at my age, and the LGD is doing that for me. I was on the bench press the other day, and I had a wagon wheel on each side, 135 on each side. I mean, basically 135 total. And I just cranked out 21 reps, and I think back in my heyday, I wasn't doing 21 reps with 135. I think it was like 15, 16 reps, and then throw some more on, and then less reps, and then throw some more on and less. So I don't know what my max is now, but I may try something that's close to a max just to get a feel for what my strength is. But I don't want to go on and on forever about with this video. I just do want to say that I have watched hours and hours and hours, countless hours of people that do lots of research on SARMs, and people that whose name are trusted. And a lot of those hours I watched were on LGD 4033. And so if anyone who's watching this and you haven't spent probably 50 hours just researching that one SARM like I have, I'll save you the trouble and tell you that you can trust that SARM is going to it's going to benefit you. You are going to put on more muscle. You're not going to look it's not going to be like what they call water weight. You're not going to be bigger but still look soft. It's just going to be lean cut muscle. And you can, even if you're trying to lose fat and you're restricting your calories, you still add muscle while eating a lower amount of calories to restrict them if you add LGD 4033 to your regimen. This is Eagle Al. Thanks for watching.